What's up with Donut Shop coffee? What's up with this roast of coffee that makes it so popular? It seems like everybody in their basket at the store is donut roast coffee. The Donut Shop kind. What is that about? What kind of coffee do you have in your house right now? Is it Donut Shop? We're going to go ahead and talk about it for about 10 minutes. Ryan here. For Silly Reviews, I wanted to do a little talking about coffee. Hot coffee is something I only enjoy when it is cold outside. Now, living in the deep south of the United States, for any of you who aren't from this country, don't mean to exclude you, but it is hot here almost year-round. There's usually 3 months of cool to cold weather, and we're in the thick of that time right now. Just got started. So I bought some coffee, and you can see here I picked up this big box. I have one of these automatic K-cup type machines or whatever. I bought a 36 pack over at my Winn-Dixie grocery store of these SC Grocers brand, which is their house brand, Donut Shop coffee. Then I got to thinking, why did I purchase the flavor or the brew, the roast, whatever it's called, Donut Shop? Then I got to thinking, I think every time I buy coffee, I pull the Donut Shop roast. I don't even know what that means, so I started looking into this. Also curious, what kind of roast of coffee do you guys buy? And maybe we can get into the thought process and what Donut Shop has going for it that makes so many people buy it, because friends and family have Donut Shop in their Keurig machines and their, typical, standard canisters, and it's strange. So if we look on here, the description here for Donut Shop says it's a medium roast, and it has this little light roast to dark roast bar right here, and it's dead center. So this is, I guess, just your most vanilla plain Jane roast. It's not too dark and it's not too light, and I feel like that goes well with the current climate of society in the United States. Right in the middle. Just right in the middle. You don't want to tell anybody that you're for the dark roast, because the light roast people may come to your house and start, picketing, boycotting, whatever the word is for that. I'm not a political scientist. You definitely in 2018 don't want to say that you favor a light roast, because you may get your house burned down, you might get attacked on the street, get called names, who knows? So I feel like for 2018, and at least in the United States, your Donut Shop roast of coffee is going to be just a perfect, safe roast of coffee that you can have that shouldn't offend anyone. And just for some extra content on here, I'm going to show you my little 1-cup coffee maker that I cock. It does single cups of coffee with the little K-cup type deals. All you do is you take one of those single servers, you pop that on in here, you close it. There's going to be a link to the actual review for this in the description and the comments. You put it in like that. There's some water already in the machine. You hit this button. We'll let that brew while we finish this conversation. And in my coffee, I enjoy a little splash of unsweetened vanilla, either soy milk, or happens to be Almond Breeze. I had a coupon for that. And then there's so much debate on which artificial sweetener is the best. And now they're not all artificial anymore, like stevia, tomato. I don't know what that's made from. It says it's made from stevia extract. I really honestly don't know what that means. Then here's your old school Sweet and Low, which had a bad rap at one time for apparently it would give you brain cancer, which was total BS. And actually, I'll put a link to a documentary about that in the comments and in the description as well. Then we got Splenda. Splenda was really on the high road 10 years ago. They were the upper echelon of artificial sweeteners. Seems like most people were comfortable using Splenda. Splenda was seen as super premium. So I just take one of each and put it in my coffee. But back to this donut shop thing. Why do I always get donut shop? I feel like my beginning of my drinking days, my coffee drinking days, that I used to really enjoy a dark, very bold coffee. But now I guess I want something a little bit brighter on the roasting scale, but not too light, because again, you never want to say that you're in favor or you're biased towards anything that's too light. So that'll get you your business shut down and everything else. But who else out there is buying Donut Shop? And Donut Shop is not exclusive to this SE Grocers labeling on this box. If you go to your local Walmart or your drugstores or any other grocery store, all kinds of different brands have what they call a Donut Shop roast coffee. And it seems like it's the most popular. I was observant when I purchased this, and this was the style, the roast of coffee that was the most depleted from their stocking, their inventory that was on the shelves. Noticeably, the Donut Shop was the only one that really had any missing. So, just curious. I just was having a deep thought here, and I wonder, what is the appeal here? Is it the roast? Is it the name? Is it in the name? Is there something about Donut Shop that makes you think, like, that's where people go and drink coffee? You go get you a donut, you get your coffee. I know with my grandfather, one of his favorite things to do as he got older, he needed to get his walking in, and he would walk maybe a half mile to a coffee and donut place that he really liked. So is it some type of association with some type of wholesome feeling about Donut Shop? I'm so curious what it is, because damn it if I don't pick up this type of roast of coffee every single time. So this is done brewing. See if I can get you guys a good look in here. That looks exactly like coffee. Now color wise, and I think we have about 7 ounces of water that I used to brew this. Color wise, it really is. If there was, if this was on that chart, it looks exactly like the tint or the color of the coffee that's in that mug. Very interesting. So looks aren't always deceiving. Now the way I make my coffee, if you don't know how to make coffee or you're looking for suggestions, I just take this unsweetened vanilla almond milk, give it a blop, bloop blop, and that lightens things up a little bit. It also brings the temperature down so you can start drinking it a little bit sooner. Then, because I can't decide on which type of non-sugar sweetener that I want, I put all of them in there. Then you take a spoon or whatever type of instrument to stir this up. Sometimes I have an ink pen lying around, and I just put that around and I stir it with my ink pen. Then I always worry about the heat is going to make the ink leak out of it into my coffee, and I'm not going to know it. Then I'm going to start drinking it, and I'm drinking ink. How toxic is ballpoint pen ink? Weird thoughts. Anyway, I'm going to get a sip of this off camera. It's really hot. My glasses are fogging up. Man, it's just good. So what is the appeal to Donut Shop variety of the roast of coffee? Is it in the name? Is it in the labeling? Or is it really into that type of roast right there in the middle? It's a safe bet, and that's what people like. So I'm Ryan. For Silly Reviews, I didn't think that I could get to almost 10 minutes talking about coffee, but this really was on my mind. So I felt the best way for me to get this out there would be to make this video. Now, speaking of things on your mind, if you have anything that's on your mind, whether it be about coffee, donut shop coffee, what's your favorite coffee? Do you worry about ink pens and drinking ink because you use an ink pen to stir up your coffee? Leave a comment about that. Let's talk about it. Maybe we can do some research. I'm not an ink pen scientist, but maybe we can research ink and see if that is something to worry about. Or is ink in a traditional, like your Bic or whatever ink pen, is that non-toxic? So maybe we can put those worries to bed for the future. What do you put milk? Do you use creamer? Do you use powdered creamer? What do you put in your coffee? Are you loyal to a brand of coffee? I get whatever is the best price. If I have a coupon, if it's on sale, whatever. With the exception of, and I have a review about this as well that I'll also put in the comments and in the description, the little coffee pods like this that I just used that I've been talking about. The ones like this that the Dollar Tree sells in 3 packs. I'll never get those again. They're terrible. So I'll link to that video as well. Anyway, hope you're having a great day, a great evening, a great morning, whenever you're watching this video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Christmas is coming. I have an Amazon wish list linked to in the description and in the comments. Go ahead and surprise me with a gift off there. I really appreciate it. My name is Ryan. For Silly Reviews, this has been a little coffee talk. I hope to do it again with you. Bye-bye.